Hi friends, welcome to my North Knit Corner. My name is Anne and I come to you from the south of Norway. Here I live with my husband and our 3 sons. Normally I have a knitting podcast here for you, but today I want to share with you my fall knitting plans for 2024. I love to make lists and I love to make plans, especially knitting plans. I am so excited to share my intentions for my knitting this fall. I might not get to every project, but I hope I will. But don't hold me to that. But I love to find yarn, to find patterns, and make a list and a plan for my making and for my knitting. So I hope that we will get some inspiration today. I hope that you want to join me for a little while I'll talk about my plans. And you are so welcome if you have been here before, and welcome if you're here for the first time. That is so nice that you are here. Find yourself some crafting, knitting, crocheting, sewing, whatever, and something good to drink. And let's talk about some fall knitting plans. But before we do that, I just want to say that I will link to everything I talk about in the description box below here. I've also made a bundle on Ravelry for my fall knitting plans. So if you are curious, you can go into my bundle there and you can see links to the different patterns that I want to make this fall. Okay, let's get started with my first plan. In my last episode, I believe I said that I wasn't finished with summer knitting, that I wanted to knit more summer tops. But now school has started and the fall is upon us, because here it's been raining for almost non-stop the last 2 weeks. It's so, it's dark, it's moody, it's time to knit candles, cozy up inside, and that gives me all the fall vibes. So I'm very ready to knit all the cozy things, but I hope to knit at least one more summer top, and that is the Ravelry tee by Herb Garden Knitwear. That is such a beautiful, classic, elegant summer top that I really want to make. So hopefully I will try to use some stash yarn. She is recommending the Knitting for Olive pure silk, which would be amazing to knit with, but I have some yarn in my stash, some left over from another project that I think I will try to use, and then maybe in the future I can knit another one in the pure silk. That would be lovely. I want to use up this Sannesgarn Thin Line. This is cotton, linen and viscose blend, which is very lovely, but it is very thin. It's knitted in fingering weight, and on recommended needles is 2.5 3 millimeter needles, and probably I have to go down to 2 and 2.5 because I'm such a loose knitter. But we'll see. She has 18 sizes in this pattern, and that's wonderful. So I'm so ready. It has this beautiful yarn over cable motif on the top and on the bottom before the ribbing, and it's just so beautiful. So I'm excited. It's brown. This has been discontinued, so I don't think you can get it anymore, but it's this golden brown. If I wasn't going to use stash yarn, I would probably choose a different color for this top, but we'll see. I will try to knit one out of this, and there might be another Revier's tee in the future in another color, and hopefully in pure silk from Knitting for Olive. The next one on my list is also a short sleeve top, but I think it's questionable if you can call it a summer garment. It will be perfect for fall, I think. And it's what I'm wearing. It's the Lace Cap Tee by Isabella Clark, or 100 Acre Wool on Instagram and YouTube. Yeah, I want to knit another one of these, and it's knitted in unspun yarn. That's also the recommended yarn. It is, I really love it. I think it's so cute. The only thing I don't like is that the sleeves stand out like this. But hopefully I can try and do something with it when I knit it again. And also I want to shorten it a bit. I knitted another repeat of the stripes and lace. One more repeat than was recommended in the pattern. And I think I'm going to do as the pattern says this time. I think it's just a little bit too long. But it's knitted bottom up, and I think it's very difficult to find out when it's long enough before I have to start splitting for front and back. But since I've knitted this before, I now know how I want it. That's good. It's knitted on 3 and 4.5 millimeter needles. No, I'm looking at the wrong notes. I'm sorry. It's knitted in at 5.5 and 6 millimeter needles, and it has this beautiful V-neck and this lace motif and these stripes. But these stripes I'm going to omit this time. When I was at the Hillesvåg mill in June, I bought this beautiful unspun yarn in this really fall color, rusty, reddish, brownish. Oh, I love this color so much. So I want to knit it in just one color and only with the lace, and hopefully that will be okay, that it will look okay. And I'm thinking about going down a size, but I'm not sure actually. We'll see. I do really love how this is fitting. The only thing I don't like this, and I think it's a little bit too wide on the neck here, but we'll see. This fall I want to knit more cardigans. I think cardigans are wonderful to have in the wardrobe. So such a great piece to have, and to have something under it and use the cardigan for layers. And then I can use my summer tops through the fall as well, if I only have a cardigan to put over. And since we are in Norway, we often have the houses warm and cozy, and to have a big wool sweater on can be a bit warm, but when you go outside it's freezing cold, so you need the wool. But then it can be nice to have a cardigan. Then you can just take the cardigan off when it's too warm inside, and when you go outside you can take the cardigan on. Perfect. So I want to knit the Champagne cardigan by Petite Knit. I've knitted that once before for a friend, and I think it's such a lovely cardigan. It was a beast to knit, I must admit, but I really want one for myself, for the finished garment, and maybe not as much for the knitting enjoyment. It's knitted, or the suggested yarn is Double Sunday and Sannes Tynn Silk Mohair, but I want to try the new yarn from Drops, which is Drops Daisy. It's 100% extra fine merino wool, non-superwash. And I want to knit it in a little bit more of a neutral color. So this is color 2, Marzipan. But then I want to use this Drops Kid Silk together with it. It's number 44 Moonshine. With these two. I think that will be nice. I hope so. That it will give a nice marling effect. There is 9 sizes in champagne cardigan pattern. It's knitted on 3 and 4.5 millimeter needles. And it's a raglan, it's a v-neck. It has a double knitted button band, which was not so much fun to knit, but it is very nice. I really like the look of the double knitting button band, so I'm going to do it, and I'm eager to cast this on because I think it will be a very wearable cardigan that I can use for many different things, and also making it possible for me to use my summer tops out through the fall. So this is something that I'm very excited about. It has 20, or suggested ease is 28 centimeters of positive ease, and that's a lot. So I'm not sure if I want to choose a size that gives me that much positive ease. I have to think about that. My friend doesn't have that much positive ease, and I still think it looks really good on her. So yeah, I will have to see. But I want another cardigan, also by Petite Knit, and that's the No Frills cardigan. I bought myself a white white pants, which is kind of like the English word is not coming to my mind. It's a very dressy. No, you can say dressy, can you? Pants, like it's a nice looking pants. Maybe I can put in a picture of it. It looks really good in the front, but when I look at the back, I don't really like how it sits on me. But my thought was, I bought it secondhand, so it wasn't expensive, so that's okay. But and I bought it online at this secondhand app kind of thing that we have here in Norway. So I wasn't able to try it on before I got it, but that's okay. It wasn't expensive. But what I'm thinking is, because it looks so good on me in the front, I think. So I was thinking maybe a long cardigan. I know, it sounds stupid, but if I knit a long cardigan, I can wear the long cardigan over these pants, and it will look very nice. So I want to knit the No Frills cardigan by Petite Knit. It's knitted in DK weight, or you use fingering and a lace held together. She has knitted it in Tynn Pergint, I think, and Sanne's Tynn Kid Silk. No, not Kid Silk. Sanne's Tynn Silk Mohair. And I really wanted to use the Tynn Pergint because I really enjoy knitting with it. But when I ordered this Drops Daisy, I ordered not enough yarn. I don't know what came over me. I only ordered 6 balls of this for my champagne cardigan, and that is not enough. So I had to order more, and then I thought, well, maybe I should just order yarn for the No Frills cardigan, since I have to use money for the shipping and everything. Makes sense in my head. So then they don't sell Sannes Garn, only Drops and some other Norwegian brands. So I ordered some yarn that I hopefully will get today. But I want to use the Drops Flora in the color brown, number 8, together with Drops Kid Silk in the color 42 Almond. I think that will be nice and look good. So I don't want to knit the full length, but maybe until the knees or before the knees. And it also has pockets, which I like. So I have to think if I want to knit the pockets, but I do like pockets. I like to have my hands in the pockets, so we'll see. It's 9 sizes. The recommended needle is the 4 millimeters. Yeah, and it's a very cozy cardigan. So I'm excited for that as well. And I think I can use it for many things, not only that pants that I bought. Yeah, so that will be good. It's knitted top down and it's a lot of back and forth knitting, I presume. So it's a very mindless knit. So that can be nice to have because I think it will take me some time to knit up since it's going to be long. So yeah, it can be a nice out and about knitting project, I think. That's the cardigans I'm thinking about. There may be more, who knows? There's a lot of beautiful cardigans, and I guess there will be a lot of new cardigans and sweaters coming this fall as well. So I always get so inspired and change my mind. That can happen. I'm sure you can relate. Next on my fall knitting plans is sweaters. The first one is more like a blouse. Several Norwegian knitting podcasters have knitted this, and it's the Sally by Filcolana, or it's designed by Sanne Bjerregård for Filcolana. It's a free pattern, and it's so beautiful, and I think it will be a great piece to have in my wardrobe. It's really flowy and cloudy looking, and has this beautiful lace on the neckline. And it also is open in the back, so you have some cute buttons. And yeah, I have to cast this on really soon because I've chosen a color that I need light to knit. So I have to knit it before it gets really dark here. I've chosen black. Recommended yarn is Filcolana Tilia. You knit with 2 strands together and on 3.5 and 5 millimeter needles. So that's nice. I like that range of needles. Yeah, but I have not chosen the Filcolana Tilia. I've chosen Drops Kid Silk in the color 2, black. And I will hold it together with a strand of Drops Alpaca in 8903, also black. Hopefully that will make a nice fabric that's not as see-through as Kid Silk can be. I believe even if you hold 2 strands of Kid Silk or silk mohair together, it would be quite, and also with 5 millimeter needles, it can be quite, what's the word, see-through, or, but I hope that I've seen someone knitted it with 1 strand of alpaca and 1 strand of Kid Silk, so I believe that will be nice. And also, since I'm knitting it in black, I think it will be very versatile, and I can use it for many different things, for every day, and also for parties, or yeah, with Christmas coming up soon. No, not soon, but it's coming up. It can be nice for Christmas parties and yeah, things like that. Okay, the next one is a colorwork sweater. I am very eager to knit colorwork sweaters this fall. I've seen so many beautiful colorwork sweaters the last few weeks, really, on both Instagram and knitting podcasts. So the first one is one that I've been thinking about for a while. I bought yarn for it at Hillesvåg when I was there in June. And it's the Paul Klee sweater by Midori Hirose, or Hirose. She used the Jameson of Shetland Spindrift, but I will use Hillesvåg Vilja, which is 100% Norwegian lamb's wool. In a beige color. I'm going for the neutrals this fall, but this is a very fun sweater, which is, you can use a lot of different colors. The sweater is inspired by Paul Klee's paintings. So the thought is that you can paint with yarn, and I really like that idea. I got, or I did a yarn or advent swap with Lauren in Work Knits last December, and I got so many beautiful minis from her that I want to use them in this sweater. So I'm going to pick them up. They're all on the floor here. I'm not sure if I'm going to use all of them, but this is a very nice collection of different minis that I can use for my sweater. I think this is going to be beautiful, and I'm excited to paint with these colors together with this one. I think this will be wonderful. In here there's so many beautiful yarns. There's a lot from the John Arben textiles, the Knit by Numbers, and there is some Malabrigo sock. There is the Studio Donegal tweed, and more John Arben textiles, and Yarnadelic, Devonia from John Arben textiles, and all of this will be beautiful together with this, I think. So I just have to choose, but you can use a lot of colors, so this will be a wonderful colorwork sweater, I think, and so much fun to knit. Oh, there's one on the floor as well. Yeah, unknown brand, but a beautiful green color. All right. What else can I say about this? It goes from children's sizes and all the way to adults, so it's 16 sizes, knitted on 2.75 and 3.75 millimeter needles. Yeah. This is going to be such a fun knit, and this is one that I really have to prioritize this fall. Okay, on the floor. The next one was a sweater that I saw on Instagram only a few weeks ago. It's a totally new release, or brand new release. And I can't remember who showed it on Instagram. It wasn't the designer, it was someone else. But I just immediately thought, I have to knit this sweater. It's just gorgeous. And it's the Lilicky Light sweater by Alex Beard. She knits it in yarn from John Arben Textiles, the Harvest Juice and Appledore Aran. But I wanted to use this one in the beautiful yoke, in the colorwork. The colorwork looks like it's a sewn or woven or something like that. But she says that it's this is going to be difficult. Rosamine inlay pattern. It doesn't tell me anything, but sounds fancy. but it's knitted top down seamlessly in the round. So that's perfect. So I'm excited to try that rosamine inlay pattern to learn something new. But I have this beautiful fingering weight sock yarn from a Norwegian hand dyer called Anita's Strikketante. And I think it's such a fun color. A lot of different color in this, and I think this will be nice as the contrast color in this sweater. I want to hold Drop Snor in this gray color 06 together with this. I hope that will be good. This is hold single, so a fingering strand, but this will be held double for the color work. So that will be good, I think. It's going to 5 to 10 centimeters of 5 to 10 centimeters positive ease, which is the perfect amount of ease. I think that's what I like. It has 9 sizes. It's knitted on 2.75 and 3.25 millimeter needles. Yeah, another beautiful colorwork sweater that hopefully will be knit on this side of the fall winter season. If not, it will go over to the winter months in 2025, but we'll see. The problem is I want to knit some Christmas gifts as well, so I have to put them in between all these other projects that I want to make for myself. But that's fine, that's fine. There's no timeline for this, there's no deadline, there's no hurry. It's just I want to knit all the things and cast on all the things. Yeah, I'm sure you can feel the struggle. How lucky am I that I'm able to knit and enjoy all those beautiful patterns. That's yeah, I'm lucky. The next sweater I've been looking at since before it was released. It's been shown on Instagram quite a lot by the designer. She's a Norwegian called Jill Karina Bø, and she has released this beautiful sweater called Spring of Love. When I saw this, especially in the version I'm going to show you here with the green color work, or the green color for the color work, I immediately thought Christmas sweater. I know it's called Spring of Love, but for me it looks like Christmas motifs with this, in Norway we call it the julekurv, Christmas basket. It's something that we make and put on the tree, and it has this heart shape, and yeah, it reminds me of that. So I'm going to make this as my Christmas sweater, and I want to use this yarn that I got for Christmas last year from my husband. He bought this for me so I could dye it, and that was my plan, to dye for this sweater. But since we have a lot of work going on outside right now, they're changing the roof on the house, and they're going to build an extension on our house. There's so much going on. It's such a mess outside. And on the veranda or on the porch where I usually want to dye the yarn, because I want to dye it outside, because I'm a messy person. I can't, yeah. When I start, it's color everywhere, and that's not so good to do inside with the acid dyes. So I will wait until I can go outside again. But it won't be for this sweater. So I'm going to use, long-winded way to say, I'm going to use this yarn that only as it is. It says on a Sunday 1001. I presume that's a white. As the main color, and I want to use this one. I think this is the perfect green Christmas color from Moba's håndfargede garn, Norwegian hand dyer, and I think I'm going to use this for my Spring of Love sweater. I might use this from Maler yarn, but or maybe both, but I'm not sure, because I see that she goes from light green to darker green in her sweater, and I think that's very nice. But there is some color differences in this yarn as well. It is lighter and darker in different places, so maybe it will be quite of a play in the color anyway, or I should maybe try and do both of them. I don't know, we'll see. But I think that will be a great Christmas sweater, and it has 9 sizes, knitted on 3, 3.5 and 4mm needles, and it's 0 to 10 centimeters of positive ease. We're going in for a landing here now. We're getting close to the end of the list, which is a long list, and I'm aware I might not knit all of them. But and the next 2 sweaters will show that I often don't get to all of the plans, because the next 2 sweaters are sweaters that I've had on my knitting plans for quite some time. I guess one of them I wanted to knit last year, but it didn't happen, and both of them I had in my what I want to knit in 2024 episode as well, but it's still 2024, so it can happen still. The first one is a known pattern for many people have knitted it, and it's the Field Sweater by Camilla Wad. Beautiful sweater knitted in DK yarn. The recommended yarn is E-Sager Eco Baby, and it is knitted top down with a beautiful yoke with this grain pattern on the yoke. Such a beautiful texture, and I've heard that it can be a little bit challenging to knit. Not that it's difficult, but it takes some time to get through one round, and you have to keep or pay attention. But it can be good with some mindless knits and some knits that takes more that you have to pay more attention to as well. Use the brain a little bit. That can be good too. Yeah, it has 9 sizes, knitted on 3.5 and 4mm needles. And I'm not going to use the E-Sager Eco Baby, even though I would love to. But I have this yarn in my stash that's been there for a year now. It's a discontinued yarn from Sunnet Garn, and it's called Tove. It has this brown heathered color, which I think will be perfect for this field sweater. It's no use that I say the color number because it's discontinued yarn. So, but it is 100% Norwegian wool. It's very rustic, a little bit itchy, but I don't mind. I think it will be nice. I don't know if I have enough. I only have 6 balls of this, I think. 2, 4, 5, 6, yes. So I will knit the body first, and I will knit the sleeves as long as I can. And if it's short sleeve, that's okay. I will just use it with a cardigan over or something. That will be good. So that is one plan. The last one as I said, it's been on my plans for such a long time. Maybe 2 years now. But maybe this fall, who knows? It's the All the Time sweater by Laurel K. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It has, it doesn't say how many sizes it has, but it goes from 28 inches to 60 inches bust. So I guess it's quite a few sizes. It's knitted on 3.5 mm, 2.75 and 3.5 millimeter needles. It's designed to use minis that you have in your slash or fade sets or things like that. I'm going to use Sunny's Sunday scraps. Sunny's Sunday, I didn't say that before, but it's 100% merino wool. I believe it's non-superwash. I think so. And it's a fingering weight yarn, and I have so much left over from other projects in so many different colors. So I have 2 bags here full of Sunny Sunday. It's glaring a bit, but I hope you can see some of the beautiful colors. And I want to use this to knit the All the Time sweater. I think it will be a very nice piece to have in my wardrobe to use mostly at home. Yeah, just like your favorite t-shirt kind of sweater, like easy to. I'm a lot at home because I don't work, so I'm home a lot, and I just take on my cozy pants and I don't care too much about getting dressed up since I'm not going out of the house. But it's nice to have a nice knitted sweater to use together with my cozy pants. So that's what I want to make with all of these scraps. So it's going to be a very stripy, crazy sweater, but I think it will be very comfy to have. So that is my fall knitting plans. Of course, I will be knitting some accessories like hats, socks, maybe some shawls or scarves. We'll see, some small things in between. And I also have quite the Christmas gift list to start on very soon. I have a sweater I want to knit for my sister, Chunky Dahlia sweater, which is on a thick needle, so it will go by very fast. I've knitted 2 of them before, and it goes by in I can knit 1 in a week. So I will be going on a podcast meet next weekend, so maybe I will start that on the train. I think that will be smart. Yes, but I just want to say thank you so much if you've been here through all of this. I have maybe been a little bit rambly because there are some people working outside on the house, as I said, so I can hear a lot of noise and I get really distracted. So I'm sorry about that, but thank you if you stayed here. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you for your likes, for your beautiful comments. Tell me, do you have any fall knitting plans, or what are your intentions for your making this fall? I would love to know, and I love to connect with you in the comments. Subscribe if you want to, if you like the content here, and that helps me so much and help me spread the knitting joy and my love for knitting to more people, and I really love to do that. So okay, I will leave you here. Thank you again for watching, I hope you have something fun on your needles and that you are enjoying your crafting. Make yourself some beautiful days and beautiful knitting moments until we see each other again in a couple of weeks. Take care. Happy knitting. Bye.